So to begin with, so we have this particular, we call it canvas, whatever you want to call it, it's up to you. So with some grid lines, which is not going to be cool, and these numbers for rows and those alphabet for column. So we just have to go to the top here and go to view. So from view, you can see where we have the formula bar, the headers, and the grid lines. So we will have to turn this on and turn this off and turn this off as well. So, as we keep progressing, we're going to turn this on and off just to make sure we have nice view. For now, we want to leave it unturned off. So this is what we have. Nice look, right? So you can come here and have this part here renamed to dashboard. So the next thing again is for me to actually make sure I Ctrl+A to highlight every single thing right in here and go to home. And I want to select the kind of color I want to use for it. Let's just go with this particular color here. So it's a bit darker, not as bright as what it were before. So let us go to the top level here. So go to insert, and from insert, you want to get a card, go to shapes, and I'm going to get this particular rectangle here, drag it down. And we have to be on the same size here. So we just have to go ahead and change this one to 8.69 by 2.56. So 2.56. So here we go. So remember, I'm using a very wide screen. So we might have different thing if your screen is not as huge as mine. So because of the screen difference, you can actually, make a little change on yours. So here I'm going to have mine here. So we have to change the color to this. So I'm going to Ctrl+1. So on Ctrl+1, you have this here. You can just move it and have it where you want to have it right on. So we can make sure we select it and come here and take off the line. Then from here, we select the fill. So we go and change the color to any color of our choice. But I'm not cool with these colors we have right here. I have a custom color I want to use, and that will go into here. So I'm going to clear this off. So we have this color. In case your version is lower than the version I'm using, so you don't have this hex code, so you can always go ahead and type in the red, the green, and the blue numbers in those boxes, represent every single red and green down to blue here. So once you've done that, you can click on OK. So we have it more brighter than usual, right? So we've got this right here. The next thing now is to actually have a header right at the top of this part here. So I'm going to take this one. So I want to come here. Let us do 0.32. So I'm going to do that by 11.22 here. Let's see what we have. So here we go. So we can just make sure this one sits right here. Exactly. Let us just increase the height a little bit. So I'm gonna put 34 here, 0.34. So here we go, nicely done. So the next thing is for we to actually have the color changed as well. So I'm gonna change the color, no line, to white. So here we go. It does not really make any difference right now, but it will. So I'll bring it down a little bit, just like this. So I'll come right here where it says effects and come to shadow. And from shadow, I'll actually pick this and I will use something like offset bottom. So pretty too much. We don't really like how, dark it is. So we have to reduce this a little bit to your satisfaction. So once you're cool with what you have, there we go. So I think I'm actually satisfied with this. So just let it be this way. So let's just go ahead and get the card. Go to insert, and from there you can see here we have text. So we have this text box. Drag it down and type in whatever you want to have inside it. So here's going to be customer detail dashboard, right? So customer detail dashboard. So we're gonna have to go to the top here and make it 16. So we change this to something like this. So make sure you look for this font. And I'm gonna have to bring it here so that we can see it better. So come here and click this particular part here. That is where you're gonna have to change things in the character spacing. So in the character spacing here, let's just go ahead and use something like 15 and see. So I'm gonna click on OK. That is pretty too much, I presume. So if I do this now, it's much. So we can just make this, let us make this 10. Spacing, we go with 10. So you try it out to see which one actually fits what you really want most. So we have 10 right here. I can see 10 is almost what we want. So I can just decide to reduce this a little bit to like 9 or 8. So this pattern is too much. So you can take a lot of your time to do this. So 8 will be cool for me. That is beautiful. So now I can just reduce it and move it up. So I'm gonna move this right here so that I can see this better. So the next thing I do now is for me to come here and actually make sure I centralize everything. I change the color to this particular color, which is the same color we have right here. So it is time for me to turn off the background and as well the outline color. So here we go. So we're gonna have this right at this particular spot here.